Hey everybody, in today's video, I'm going to be covering a step-by-step process to create an automated cold email agent that will work for you 24/7. If you've been doing any sort of outreach, you've obviously used tools like Smartlead to automate the outbound sending. There is still a pretty substantial front-end process that you need to do that's quite labor-intensive to build a list, scrape the list, enrich the list, build a campaign, put it into Smartlead, send it out. I've built a system that makes you have to do the campaign one time and then you just send it out and it'll continue to work basically in perpetuity. Now, I've been working on these for quite a while now. Agents have become very popular, especially in the last few months as the new models are getting more and more advanced. The leverage that this is providing is massive. And so we're really early in this. And so this is just one workflow that you can use to build a list using a specific trigger event. In this case, it's going to be a job posting trigger where we're going to go and reach out to relevant decision makers at the company where there's open jobs, right? As a potential signal for intent. And this can be reworked for any sort of signal, but I just wanted to do a very simple one that I've built with some success. And I'm going to show you the step-by-step process and how to do that. But if you don't know me, or you haven't heard from me before, my name is Isaac Wood. I'm the founder of levergrowth.io. We're an outbound agency and we work with B2B businesses across B2B SaaS, agencies, services, M&A and finance. And so this screenshot is showing here is just an example of a meeting booking from yesterday, December 12th, with a CRO at a 1,600 person company in JustWorks. So just to let you know, this stuff works. We're implementing this every single day. It's not just a coaching program where we've been doing this and this is data from 2022. This is working in December of 2024 and will continue to work into 2025. So let's talk about outcomes. So what are we going to actually do today? We're going to build a cold email agent that will automatically score a job posting. It'll do outreach to the decision maker on a daily schedule. So like I said early, if you want to build this one time and have it run in perpetuity, you can do that. You're probably going to need to tweak it over time, but this is something that we can do. And so here are the tools that we'll need. We simply just need LinkedIn jobs. We'll need an Apify LinkedIn jobs actor. We'll need Zapier, Clay, and Smartlead. And so I'm going to walk you through all of these steps. So this is the actual workflow, which we'll get into in just a second. All right. So first thing you want to do is just make sure that you're searching for the right jobs. So I just navigated to LinkedIn /jobs /. And so you want to just find the relevant job postings, right? So say you are doing outreach into a business and if they have an operations manager as a good intent signal for you, meaning all of your customers or clients in the past have had an open operations manager role when they brought you on, that would be a good intent. So let's just assume then that these are potentially good companies. So what you would have to do in the past is basically go through here and then find, okay, what's this company? Go look the company up and go do some actual research on them. Go find the relevant contacts. That's pretty labor intensive. So what we're going to actually do instead is use a tool called Apify LinkedIn Job Scraper. So this is very simple. It is a rented tool. Right now it costs $29.99 a month. And so you basically just use the same search operators that you would in your actual LinkedIn job search. So assuming, operations manager, you just throw this in here, include your other parameters like job location. If it's relevant to you, it probably is, select if it needs to be on site, if it needs to be remote, full-time, part-time contract, whatever you got there. Once your settings are good to go, you'll just hit save and start. And so what will happen then is you'll actually get a run. So this is a run that I've already completed. And this is what it looks like, right? So it will give you all of this good contact information, the actual job, the job URL, the company URL on LinkedIn, the job description, how many applicants, what type of job function it is, the industry of the company, the salary, and so on and so forth. So this is a lot of really good data that we can get, and this is at scale too. So this will allow us to do and sift through more companies than we otherwise would be able to if we just did it manually, right? So, if you didn't want to necessarily automate the full thing, what you could do is just export your results and then plug it into Clay. If you want to do this on like a regular cadence, what you'll need to do is go back to your actor, go to your search. You'll want to hit this. There's little 3 dots here on the right. You'll hit that. You'll hit schedule, select whatever name you want, and then select your daily cadence and then hit create. And so then this will run on a daily basis. And so now that you have your inputs and you have it scheduled out to run daily, what you need to do next is go into your Zapier. All right, so this is our Zapier flow. It starts with your Apify actor, get it all set up. You want to have the finish actor run, configure the proper actor, and then test your run. So what's going to happen here is all of the data is going to get compiled in like a single cell. So if you have like 50 different jobs, they're all going to pull up into one. So what you need to do is like format your data a bit. So what we're going to do here is a utilities function. So we're going to configure it. We're pulling out the proper URL here. In this case, we're looking at our company URL. And then we're going to basically be splitting it into each of these will be their own like new item. So that'll allow us then to actually import these automatically. So you hit continue. Once you've done that, you want to do this create loop from line items. So just looping by Zapier, create loop from line items. Then from there, I just did a couple here. You'll need to fill this out with all of your outputs, but in this case, it's just these 3 little companies. You'll hit continue, test it out, just make sure it works. So you're seeing here, instead of just one company as a comma separated value, we have 3 separate companies here, which is good. So then we'll hit continue, and now we're in create a record in Clay. So this is gonna be where we're putting in the data. So in this case, I'm only gonna put the company URL. Again, like if we're doing this like one time and building it out, we're gonna want to put not just the company data, but all the other relevant information from wherever you're getting your data pull. So in this case, we're saying, okay, cool, we have the company name, and if we hit test, which I did here, it'll show you, all right, cool, this company URL got pulled through. So in the interest of time, I'm going to pull up one of my flows that is active and working and show you exactly how it works. So this is for the Apify job scraper. So in this case, we are pulling through via a webhook. We have all of the relevant data from the company job posting. And so the first thing that I'm doing here is making sure that the job is in fact a good title and it is at a good fit company. So I've built out I have a prompt here, and basically it just gives us bad fit, good fit, tells us if it's B2B, B2B SaaS, and as you can see here, it's super cheap, right? So that's one. If it is a bad fit, then we won't continue forward. From there, what we've done is score the job. So it's looking up against the actual job description for whatever we want to check for. So because we have a lot of data here, if you give it a good prompt, like in this case, I can just show you what the prompt looks like. Yeah. Analyze a job description, provide a fit, score of 1 to 10 with rationale, and then you give it some context on what type of business you target and what you're looking for in the job. Then it'll give you a score, 1 out of 10 based on that prompt. Again, that's very important. So the next thing that we're going to do here is this is just a basic formula field. And so they have a cool AI function. So this is allowing you to format it properly so you can actually like analyze the data that you're getting. So in this case, we're just pulling out if it's bad fit, B2B SaaS, B2B. Then we're pulling out the score number, similar thing here. And so, if it's a good fit and if it's over a certain score, then thumbs up, we're going to actually go forward and build our list or do our outreach to that company, right? So another thing we've done here is actually creating like a custom first line based on the actual job description. So it says, hey, notice you're hiring for an intern, and the job description mentions, developing content for social media channels. That's important because that shows, hey, we've done our research, it's customized, we know you're hiring, and then you go into like the body of your email from there. So we're doing that for anybody who scores well enough. And then again, right, like if they do fit the bill, then now what we need to do is actually go and find relevant people at these companies that do have this job post. So I've built a basic formula here, basically like a run column formula, saying, hey, like if these certain circumstances exist, then we don't want to run it. Otherwise, we do want to run it. So in this case, right, like if the job category is bad fit, then we don't want to run. Otherwise, yes. So what we've done here is anything that's yes, we're enriching the company. So we've done the Clay enrichment for LinkedIn company, which gives you so much good data. So you get the company description, you get their domain, their size, all this good stuff. So now that we have the company, we have to actually go and find relevant contacts at these companies. So what you can do is hit actions, and then you'll select find people at these companies, and then you'll just plug in like the relevant attributes. So find your decision makers, do all outreach to decision makers and plug them in, right? So you can select by level or just their job title. So Chief Marketing Officer, call it managing partner, etc., right? Whatever you want. Then you hit preview people. Let's just do it now. VP of sales. Whoops. VP of sales. And you hit preview. Just one title. So let's see, it's probably not going to be a crazy amount. I mean, we have almost 3,000 rows here. So we'll probably get a good amount of data. All right, so we got about 1,600 VP of sales at all these different companies. So, all right, that's good to know. Cool. And then what we'll do then is go find that other list, the company list that you or the find people list that you just created. So you'll see all these people now, and you can map out the fields from the other table. So this is the company table, and we'll want to pull that data that we've put in here. So we can kind of cross-reference that, and then now we have, hey, these are the actual titles of the people. This is their domain, their profile. So we'll enrich for their work email. So in this case, I just used ICPs, and then I did like an HTTP API to validate it. And then I did their standard waterfall using find email, lead magic, Prospeo, drop contact, so on and so forth. We get the work email, we're validating it again, and then we're pulling in our validated email. Assuming it's valid, it's okay to run. We have our job description or our job like first line saying, hey, I noticed you're hiring for an account exec. You're probably facing challenges with new biz dev and sales growth, right? That's a pretty, obvious email. So then the last step here is just add lead to campaign in Smartlead. So you'll just hit edit column, make sure you have your API there set up properly, and then you'll want to select your relevant campaign and then just input all of the relevant inputs that you want. In this case, we have first line here, which is all well and good. And then you hit save, and then you run it, and then it'll update and add the lead to the campaign. So this will just continue to run like in perpetuity as you go, right? So the key thing with all of this is just making sure that you're collecting the data, you're getting it in properly, and then you're enriching that data and scoring it and using that score as a way to then decide, hey, are these companies going to be ones that we're looking for the good fit titles? And so from there, you go and you do your outreach, right? So this is the workflow. Apify, we're going to go manipulate the data in Zapier. We're going to send it to Clay. We'll enrich and score it. We'll find our decision makers. We'll enrich that contact data. We'll draft a message. We'll push it into Smartlead and we'll send it. So this is done, as you can see, like on a scheduled daily basis. And so it's going to save you so much time once you get it started. It takes a bit to get it set up, but once it's good to go, you set it and you forget it. So next steps here, if you guys are interested in having me help you build out these cold email agents, then book a call, levergrowth.io. We'll hop on, see if it's a good fit, and talk about how to actually build you some campaigns that'll generate you qualified pipeline that actually turns into revenue. Now, that's it for the video. I will see you in the next one. Hope you got some value with this one. Chat with you soon. Peace.